Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here and you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button to get all future uploads. And if you are already a subscriber, thank you for watching. In today's video, I'm going to be attempting to make flower resin coaster molds with these guys right here. I've tried twice already, and the technique needs to be perfected, so I'm trying again. I did some research on how to get it to come out more flower-like. I'll show you two that I did before. They came out awesome, but there's no flower design. It didn't stay. So I did this one here, which has these like broken glass pieces on the outer side, and then a lighter color, like a pearlescent teal green on the inside. And the flower was supposed to be here, but unfortunately it didn't stay the shape of the flower. It just kind of like spread out. So I'm going to try that one again. And then this one was supposed to be a flower design as well. This is a coppery bronze, and then it had a pearlescent inside as well. It was supposed to be the flower design. So fortunately these two did not come out, although I think they are really beautiful and they'd make great coasters. They're still usable, just didn't have the flower design that I wanted to keep in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started and show you how I'm gonna do this. It's kind of a two-step process, and it does take a while for the the whole process to take place. So I'm gonna do two different ones. What I'm gonna do is do one with the pink background and one with the yellow background with a glitter. So the yellow one is going to be, let me see if you guys can see, this yellowish glitter. It's a chunky glitter here. And then the other one is going to be this pink, kind of like a hot fuchsia pink glitter. But that's going to be part of our second process, so we'll get to that later. I'm going to show you the first step. So one way to know how much resin you're going to need to fill these molds is to, you can fill a cup with water to so many ounces. Actually no, I filled this, and then I dumped it into a cup that had like one of these type cups. Not sure if you can see. It's got the measuring lines on it, so it tells me how many ounces of water fits in there. So that way I'll know how much resin to mix. And you want to do, so this takes 4 ounces total, but for the first step I'm only going to fill it not quite halfway full. So I need a total of 2 ounces for each. So 2 for this and 2 for this. And so that means I need 1 part of A and 1 part of B of the resin mix. And I've actually gone ahead and mixed that off camera already because that takes a little bit of time. So I have here my resin already mixed up. And what I'm going to do is just dump a little bit into the mold here. And just enough to coat the bottom. You don't need too much more than that. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do this guy. And again, like I said, we're just filling the bottom. Nothing, you don't need too much in there. And I'm going to go ahead and just actually spread it out with my fingers just a little bit to get it all the way coated to the side. And then I'll move on to the next one. Alright, so now I have just enough coated on the bottom, which is all that I want. So I'm going to go ahead and spread this out just a little bit to get it all the way to the sides. Again, you just want a thin, not a super thin, but not a thick coat either. Just enough to, coat the bottom. Alright, so now we've got both of these coated, just the bottom. And then what I'm going to do is, to make my flower design, I'm going to use this mica powder. It's a white pigment, or not a pigment, excuse me, it's a mica powder. It's white. I'm going to use a little bit of that, and then I'm also going to use a little bit of white acrylic, not very much, just to give it more of a, make it more white. The mica powder is going to give it more of a clear finish. Not clear, but a opaque, or a see-through. I'm not sure if opaque is the right word. But anyway, it's going to make it so you can see through it a little bit, you know, and I don't want to see, I want to be able to, I want you to be able to tell that it's there. So I'm going to dump about that much into my mixture, or into my resin. I dump this into, this is a 1 ounce cup. And I'm just going to go ahead and mix that and get that incorporated. And you want to be careful when you're mixing. I'm not sure if you can see, but some of that kind of spilled over onto the table there. So it's very powdery, very fine powder. So you just want to mix carefully and just go slowly. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and add just a tiny bit of my white. I mean, literally just like a drop. That's about all I have left in here. I need to actually make some more, mix it up. But, oh, there we go. Actually, 2 drops. I got 2 little drops in there. We're going to go ahead and mix that in. And it just makes it so it's not so opaque. Okay. Now, the next step, once that's all mixed in, is I have just any old kind of cup will do. I have a plastic bag, opened up, plastic Ziploc bag, and I'm going to dump that into the Ziploc bag, and this is going to be like our piping bag, so that we can pipe out our flower design. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and you want to snip the end off. Give me just 1 second. I thought I had my scissors here with me, but I don't see them. Give me 1 second and I will be back with this. Alright, here we go. So you want to snip just barely, not sure if you can see, the slightest bit, like just barely. Perfect, okay? So now I'm going to go ahead, and you want to do this, and actually I find easier also if you cut the other end of the bag off, because it kind of gets in the way. So I'm going to go ahead and flip that back over, and then you want to twist and squeeze a little bit. So we're going to hold it, I hold it kind of like that within my fingers, and then we're going to go ahead and pipe the flower design. You can kind of do any kind of flower design that you like in here. It doesn't really matter. You can do, you know, you can do anything. You can do heart shapes. You can do, you know, whatever you want to put in there, you can put in there. And you could do as big a flower or as little as a flower as you want. And then you just kind of do your little flower design. Okay, now I'm going to move on to the next one. I'm going to push this down just a little bit, starting to come up to the top. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and move on to this one. And just do the same thing. And just, you know, like I said, you can do any design you want. You can you know, big flower. You can do like I haven't tried it, but you can maybe, you know, do some sort of like a rose design. That might be a little bit harder, a little more intricate, but I'm not that good at doing these just yet. So this is my third one attempting, so we'll see how this one is going to come out. Okay, put that in there, put that to the side, and then if you wanted to, you could take a skewer and drag and make lines if you wanted to, but I'm going to leave it this way, and then we're going to let this sit for about 4 hours, and then we'll come back and I will show you the next step. Hey guys, welcome back. So it's been about 4 hours and we're going to move on to the next step. I actually had enough resin to do another mold, so you can see I have one here that I did kind of like a flowery design with purple mica powder, and then these two are the white mica powder. So what I'm going to do for the next step, I have my epoxy already mixed up. I did that off camera to save some time. And one thing I forgot to mention again, guys, is I don't have it right next to me here. I have it off to the side, but remember to wear your respirator mask when you are mixing epoxy and working with epoxy. I'm just going to, I'm not wearing it at the moment just because this is going to be a quick portion of this video, and then we're going to wait overnight for these to cure and I can show you them in the morning. So what I'm going to do is these two that are the white mica powder, I am going to put one with a pink glitter background and one with a yellow. So here's the pink I'm going to be using. This is by Spin It. I'm trying to see, I don't see a color on it. Oh, hot pink. Hot pink is what it's called. So this guy right here is Hot Pink by Spin It. And then I'm also going to be using, also by Spin It, this is a hot yellow, like a bright yellow. And let me see if I can look at the package really quick. That is called, it's just called yellow, chunky yellow. But if you could see in the camera, it's kind of a bright, like a bright neon, you know, yellowish color. And then for the purple one here, I'm going to do a black mica powder. And then I'm also going to add a tiny bit of black acrylic paint in there just to give it a little more pigment. So we're going to go ahead and mix those up. I'm going to start with the pink. And you don't need a whole lot. So you need, let's see, I'm just going to dump in here so you can see. Here's my cup, and then I'm just going to dump about like so. And then just going to go ahead, and you want to mix very carefully so that it doesn't go all over the place, because this cup is pretty full with resin. I don't know if you can see that in there, but it's almost looking, it's like an iridescent pinkish purple. I think it's going to be beautiful once it's done, and hopefully these turn out you know, well, because like I said, the last two that I did didn't really turn out flowery. And actually, one thing I wanted to mention is that my channel, if you're watching it, if you're subscribed, you will learn from me, you will learn from my mistakes, and I will learn from my mistakes. So if you're looking for a channel that is more in-depth tutorials, that is probably not going to be me. I have only been into this about a year or less, so I myself am learning as I go. that being said, I'm having fun doing it, and I hope that you enjoy watching my videos. I will show you my successes, my fails, everything. Lord knows I've had a bunch of fails before I started this channel. That is for sure. Anyways, moving on to the next one. But anyways, sorry, I just wanted to make that known that I am not a specific tutorial channel. I'm here having fun, making videos for you guys. Hopefully you enjoy them. And yeah, we're just all going to have a little bit of fun while we're doing it. So now I'm going to take this yellow and I'm going to dump about the same amount. This one's chunky glitter, so I don't know if I'll need quite as much. But we're going to go ahead and dump that in there and mix. Oops, see how it already spilled out? I got this cup pretty full. So I'm going to go ahead and mix that in and get it fully coated. And this one, because it's chunky, it's going to be transparent a little bit, and I think that is going to be add to the look. So I'm going to add just a little bit more in there. You could add pigment to this, like acrylic or a pigment powder, but I think that the opaque look is going to, I think it's going to look good. So we'll go ahead and see how that turns out. Okay. Now we're going to move on to our black. And again, I'm just using the mica powder. With the mica powders, you don't need very much at all. You just need, let me put this down real quick. You just need, you know, about like so. I usually take the end of a popsicle stick and just kind of dig a little bit out. And again, especially with the mica powders, you want to be careful because you can see that they can fly all over the place. So this one, I want to make a little bit more. I think that might be pretty pigmented. I guess we'll find out tomorrow when we unveil the results, but it looks pretty, doesn't really look opaque, so I think we'll be okay with that. So we're going to go ahead and leave that. Alright, so first one we're going to do is this guy here. We're going to do this one pink, so we just want to pour over it and just let it go all around until you fill up your mold. And if you need to, let's see, you want to get every little bit out of there. I actually have another cup here. I may need a little bit more of this, but you can kind of spread it to the side a little bit. And because your other epoxy has set, not fully, but enough to where it won't move when you try to spread something on top of it. So we're just going to kind of spread this out and get it coated all through the coaster here. As you can see, you know, sometimes my calculations are a little bit off, so forgive me for that, but we're just going to go ahead and make this work. And like I said, I've got another cup here that I can add some more glitter to. It's just clear resin, which I'm going to do that right now because I think that this is not going to be enough. So I'm going to add a little bit. I don't need the whole cup, so dump some of that out. Dump a little bit of glitter in there. Mix her up. And we'll get to pouring. And it's better to have a little bit more epoxy than not enough. Because you can always, if you have, you know, I have a couple of other molds of different things, you can always dump, you know, dump the leftover epoxy into other molds. So for example, what I'm doing is, I don't know how this is, it's not really a mold sold for specifically epoxy, but it is silicone, so it will come out. I'm just putting my extra, these are like little silicone mixing bowls. I'm putting extra in there, and then I could put different colors and just fill it up. And then once it's full, I can let it cure, take it out, and you can have like a paperweight or, you know, whatever you want to use it for. But you definitely don't want to throw away resin. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next one. We're going to do yellow. I'm going to go around the edges, try to go around the edges first. That way it'll be easier. Oh, that gold or that yellow looks, it's like yellow, kind of goldy inside there. I don't know if you can see that. You know, it's kind of like got a little bit of gold and yellow inside there. You know, the chunks. So that looks really cool. So again, we're just going to spread to the side here. Get everything all evenly coated. But you want to make sure that it goes all the way to the sides of the molds, otherwise it won't, you know, it's not going to come out the correct shape that you want, that your mold is. Okay, so we got that one. And now we're going to go ahead and move on to the black. And again, we're just going to dump around the edges. I think this black and purple is going to look really cool. Alright, let's get and I think it's not going to be too opaque, I don't think. So I think we'll be good. Okay? And yeah, that was just enough to perfectly cover everything that we needed to and get our edges covered and all that. Alright, so actually now what I'm going to do, I have just this little bit of epoxy left. I am going to do some more pink. Like I said, we don't want to waste our epoxy, right? So I'm going to mix it up. And I'm going to dump it in my mold over there that I showed you. Well, more of a mixing bowl, but I'm going to dump it in there and show you. The other one I had a little bit left over from the black earlier. So I dumped that in there, so it's been sitting for 4 hours, so it'll make layers. So you'll see different colors depending on, you know, what I have left over. Alright guys, so that is that. We're going to let these set overnight. We will come back. Right now it's actually pretty late. It's after 7. So we will come back tomorrow, late afternoon, early evening time, to reveal these. Oh, one more thing that I forgot. I don't have my alcohol sprayer next to me. I don't know where it went. I will have to find that. But a tip is, you can't see on camera right now because it's not close up enough, but there can be little tiny air bubbles in here. And a trick I've learned is that if you spray it lightly with a little bit of alcohol, has to be 91% or higher. I'm not sure what the reason for that it has to be 91%, but I do know that it does have to be 91%. Everywhere I've read it says 91% or above. But if you just give a quick spray, it'll help release all those bubbles. So that being said, I am going to sign off for the evening, and I will see you guys back here tomorrow to show you the final results. I will see you then. See you tomorrow. Good morning, guys. It is the next day, and we're going to give a reveal of the coasters that I did yesterday. I have not looked at them yet, and I'm curious to see how they came out. This is the third time I've tried this technique, and I am excited to see what's under there. I have no idea. I haven't looked at it yet. You guys are seeing it for the first time with me. So let's go ahead and take a look. We're going to start off with the hot pink that I did yesterday. This is the backside. Backside came out fine. Really only one tiny air bubble that I missed, but that's okay because you're not going to see that side anyways. But color is beautiful. Let's go ahead and give it an open and see if we have a flower design under there like I tried. Alright, you ready? Here we go. Wow. Alright, so didn't stay really flowery. They usually do tend to spread out like you see here, but it didn't really keep its flower form, but that's okay. Still looks good. I like it. Let me know what you guys think. So there's the hot pink backside, and then here we have the front side. I kind of like it actually. It looks like something out of the sea, like a, I don't know what you call it, but it's just kind of sprouting out. Looks really cool. All right, let's move on to the next guy. Let's try this bright yellow here. Here's the back side. Everything came out smooth and looking good on that side. I'm not sure if the white that I use is going to show up on this because it is kind of a bright color. I should have used maybe something darker, but we'll see. So here's the back side, and let's go ahead and flip it on over. Yeah, just like I suspected, you guys especially probably can't see too well because the camera is not doesn't show true to what I see in let me see if I can get a little bit closer. Maybe you can see a little bit, but anyway, not as much as the pink one. So I think if I were to do this color again, I would use a different color for the flower. Alright, last one we're gonna do is unveil this black one. This is the one I think is gonna look awesome. Or at least I'm hoping that it does because I did the black with the purple. So let's see. So, oh, there it is, guys. Again, I thought the color would show up a little bit. The purple would show up a little bit more. So I think next time I'm going to use a darker purple, or not darker, but like a brighter, like maybe like a neon purple. Not sure if you guys can really see in the camera the purple or not. I'll bring you down for a close-up in a minute so that you can see a little bit better. But there's that guy. And again, none of these really kept the flower shape per se, but they still look really cool. All the ones that I've seen don't always hold the flower shape. They do, tend to break up a little bit. Like you see, they disperse like it did here. But yeah, so overall, I think they came out good. Much better for my third attempt, for sure. So we'll let these cure up and then finish curing. They're dried right now, but they're not fully cured. So it's going to take another couple days before I can actually put them out for use. So also, I wanted to mention, guys, I forgot yesterday, I received the paints that I ordered from Michael's online, and when I opened the box, everything was a disaster inside there. Let me see if I can show you. Can you see that? The paints were 3 of the bottles. This one and a couple of the blue ones were already opened. They weren't open inside the box, but they had been opened and looked like they had been previously used. And just paint all over inside the box. So luckily there's still, and then this one too here. This is, I'm excited to try this color. I haven't tried it. This one is Artist Loft Burnt Sienna. I also got the same color in a different brand by, let's see if I can find it here. Oh, here it is. This one is Grumbacher. So 2 different companies, and actually I'm not sure if you can tell, they say they're the same color, but this one looks a little bit different than this one, as far as the hue. So I haven't tried this brand, or this color in general, but I have used this brand of paints. I use these all the time, but we'll see how these compare as far as color goes. But anyways, guys, so I did receive those paints. I'm waiting to hear from Michaels to find out what they're gonna do. If you know, because a couple of the bottles, you know, a lot of the paint is missing, but so we'll see what they say. But anyways, I'm gonna bring you guys down for a close-up so that you can see these a little bit better, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, so here's the pink one. This one shows the most contrast out of all 3. I really like this one. I know it didn't keep its flower formation, sorry, but overall I still like it. I think it shows the best contrast of the 2 colors. Here is the black one, and now that I'm showing you a close-up, the purple shows a little bit more on camera than it does, I think, in person, because there's a little more lighting on it. But overall, that one I think came out pretty good too. And that one, not sure if you can tell, but it did hold its flower shape just a little bit more than the other one. And let's go ahead and move over to the yellow one. And here we have the yellow. I love this gorgeous yellow color, but I think next time I'm going to use a different color for the flower, or maybe not even try a flower next time. I think you can do you know, swirly designs. You can do whatever you want in there. So I think I may try something other than a flower next time and see what we get. But yeah, guys, there's that. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you are new here and you liked what you saw and would like to see more, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video. And if you are already subscribed, thank you again for watching. Alright guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye!